Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we have major news, man. We have the Myteam blog today. Whew. And boy, let me tell you, they changed the mode dramatically. When I mean dramatically, man, I mean this is probably the biggest change that we have seen to Myteam, and I don't know how long. It's definitely from when I've been playing it. This is the most dramatic change that they have done to the mode. So we are going to be going over that information, okay? In this video, I am going to be touching on the key points of this blog, pretty much covering the whole thing, but I'm not going to read verbatim. You all can do that, and you can do that if you want by clicking the link in the description. I'm going to go ahead and link the article, well, the blog down there, so you all can go ahead and take a look at it. But guys, we're going to be going over very high level information here, just getting all the details out, because man, if you played Myteam last year, this sounds like a completely different game. So let's jump right into it, man. The first thing that they did talk about is going over Myteam points and gem colors. All right, now the summary basically of this, they said they're going to be giving us more MT, okay, specifically from playing the game. All right, it does say that earn rates for all modes have been greatly improved, basically doubling those amounts for Myteam players. Okay, so wonderful. It looks like we're going to be getting more MT for playing the game, which was needed because the rewards were very minuscule. So doubling that MT is great. Now the second thing that they talk about are gem levels. All right, the biggest thing, and I think this is going to go a long way with the game, is that in season 1 and season 2, the top reward cards, okay, or the top cards period, whether it's rewards, packs, whatever it is, the top cards are going to be diamond, which is huge because 2K23, the pacing was way too quick. We started off with a pink diamond, we had opals by the end of season 2. It was way too fast, so they dialed it back down. All right, we have diamonds guys, being the top card. So that to me is very good news. Now they do talk a little bit about how the level 40 kind of goes. Okay, so level 40 will be a diamond, but you're also going to get an amethyst, a ruby, and some other player cards in there as well. Okay, so like I said, top cards, packs, or rewards are going to be diamonds, so a slower pace this year to start 2K24. Now the second thing we're going to be changing, and guys, this is probably the biggest, okay? This has actually caused the most love-hate controversy. It's wild right now between the Myteam community, okay? The player market. So the auction house, as you know it, guys, is gone. It's completely out of here, okay? Plus side, no more waiting, 4-hour wait times, 12-hour wait times, 24 wait times, you know, on cards. It's a player market. Now, specifically how this works, it says that almost any player card is going to be available. The season modes, you know, player reward cards from specific modes are still going to be only obtainable by playing that mode. But for all of the other cards, they're basically going to be able to be bought on what is called this new player market. Okay, now pretty much how it works, it takes away the whole bidding process. Cards are going to have transparent prices. I'm going to read a part here from it. Each player card here will be available with transparent prices to add to your collection with your choice of VC or Myteam points. Okay guys, so you are now able to buy cards with VC and or Myteam points. It's a little bit different, okay? It's not just MT. So that in itself sounds pretty good, okay? Now it does say, which this is crazy, and it alludes to what I was kind of talking about in the early video. And 2K24 guys, you will be able to buy MT directly through 2K. All right, so we all knew that was kind of coming. Like I said, I made a comment about it saying that, you know, everyone was doing it anyways. You just weren't paying 2K for it. Well, obviously 2K knew that, and they said, hey, if you spending the money, might as well give me the money. All right, so look, you were doing it before. Now you can still do it. It's just, you know, you can do it and not be against terms of service now. So that is something that's new as well. It does talk about the new collections basically are going to become readily available because you don't have to wait those 4-hour wait times to get those cards. And then completion rewards will even show the reward card in your progress alongside those cards. It does say you can also get it outright for a discount, so we'll be very interested to see what exactly that means. Now, staying on this topic, there is going to be a revolving deal of the day, basically where they're taking a player card, they're kind of giving a deal on it, making it cheaper, whether it's via MT, VC, or both. That is going to be something that is new as well, so definitely keep your eyes out for that. Maybe a way, if you get a card on a deal, maybe you can sell it back, you know, for a little bit more. With this as well, it does say that the purpose of it is just making the cards accessible to everyone, giving kind of a level playing field to those people. So taking away the auction house aspect of it and just making it streamlined. Okay, so each card is going to basically have a specific sell value, which that's each card, not each gem tier. So it's not like all rubies are going to sell for, you know, whatever the case is. As you can see by this picture, this ruby Patrick Ewing does have a sell for 28K. Okay, so look, that is massive. Quick sale values are up. Okay, we're no more of this 1K MT, you know, whatever the case is. 28K MT for a ruby quick sale. So that is something that you definitely want to go ahead and look out for. Okay, another thing that goes back with selling your cards is there is a way to boost those sale prices. Okay, it does go and talking to about how the grading service as well as holo cards can actually increase the sale value of those cards. So there is an image of a ruby Patrick Ewing with a holo that actually, you can see it says sell here for 112K. Okay, holo cards actually have 4 times the quick sale value. Okay, so if you think about it, base ruby Patrick Ewing, let's say it was 28K. If you somehow got it holo, now that's 112K, and if it was graded to 10, it's probably going to be more. So there are definitely some ways to actually get higher resale values on these cards. Now, are you going to always make profit? Who knows? I guess it depends on what the purchase price of that car was. That hasn't been touched on. Something that we can go ahead and look out for, but this definitely is an interesting concept. The next part of the blog does go into the pack market. Okay, so pack market is getting a redesign of kind of how we expect the pack drops to be. Okay, so let's kind of go ahead and dive into this a little bit. It says that new releases in the pack market will not only feature improved odds for rare player cards. Okay, so that's one big thing that we have to make sure we harp on. Improved odds for the rare player cards, which before usually were not really accessible to everyone, but it looks like they have some improved odds. They're going to have more guaranteed pulls with fan favorite type packs, so more guaranteed ways to get those players as well. They are doing that through the avenue of more equal chance and option packs that are going to be included with those releases, and introducing something called a prime box. Now, the prime boxes are they're 5-pack boxes guaranteed with a top tier player from that release, as well as multiple equal chance and option packs. And for the first time ever, they also are including Hall of Fame badges in those prime box. Now, I don't know if that's going to be an every week type of thing, but it at least seems like if you see a player, so like for me, if I see a KD coming out and I want to get the best bang for the buck, I can go ahead. It looks like I can basically almost guarantee myself that, you know, Kevin Durant, and then possibly also getting a Hall of Fame badge. And it says multiple equal chance and option packs. So I don't know exactly what that looks like, but it looks like they're trying to make it a little bit more bang for your buck by literally just doing that business directly with 2K. So, I mean, this sounds wonderful. Of course, we'll have to see exactly what the value comes out to and how it looks, but this sounds amazing. Making those top rare cards just a little bit more accessible for people to get their hands on if they wish to do so. The next section is talking about the season changes in the XP, guys. Okay, season changes in XP completely overhauled. Forget what you know about it. All right, so this is basically how it works. Okay, you are gaining XP, okay, by playing games. That's all it is. You go in, you play games. That is it. Okay, that's all you have to do. No more get 50 dunks with Spud Webb and, you know, do 360 dunks with Kyrie Irving that has a 25 dunk rate. None of that, okay, anymore. Just play the game, which I love. I've wanted this. I talked about it, and this is definitely a much needed change. All right, now Win or lose, you're going to be completing and getting that progress towards leveling up during that season. All right. Now, with the change in XP as well, each level is equidistant. So from level 1 to 2 is the same as, you know, level 39 to 40. It's going to be the same distance. Okay. That is also a new thing. Now, with this XP overhaul as well, you're going to see that we're getting double XP coins, limited time events where you're getting double XP as well. So again, just a very new, fresh feeling to what XP is. Now, dynamic goals are also going to be a part of gaining more XP. If you get a dynamic goal with the card, you can do that and then gain some more XP as well. So definitely be looking out for that as well. It's going to be completely different, guys. And this, I like personally. I don't like the agenda system. I personally do not like that specifically. So this seems like a very welcome change. It's just focusing on getting us to play the game, which is what we all are here to do anyways. Now, this is going over season 1 a little bit closer, guys, and there is some very, very good information in here. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead. Let's jump right into what season 1 and those things kind of look like. Okay, so this year, new and unique rewards are being added to the free season pass, which will still resemble the season level rewards from the previous years of my team. All right, so level 1, you're actually starting off with a free agent LeBron James, 90 overall. I'm sure they'll have some type of, you know, game value where he expires or goes away at a certain time, or, you know, free agents have always been like that, but you're starting off with LeBron James. All right, now as you progress through that level 40, you're getting prize basketball cards, rising up the seasonal ascension board, spin a wheel featuring last year's NBA All-Star Series 1 cards and get brand new season themed uniforms along with the season ball to add to your collection. You'll also even earn double XP coins. All right, so those are some of the things that are on that progression wheel. Also, with that level progression for season 1, you're going to be getting players, it says, with competitive or inspiring connections to Kobe Bryant. So Emerald KG, Emerald Jordan Clarkson, Sapphire Vlade Divac, Ruby Bradley Beal, and a center position amethyst for another Laker great, Magic Johnson. So guys, center Amy Magic Johnson in season 1. I mean, that seems pretty cool, man. That seems pretty cool. You're also going to be getting Amethyst Phil Jackson with some coach boosts. And then, guys, Kyrie Irving, guys. One of the shiftiest guards to ever touch that ball. Kyrie Irving is the level 40 season 1. Now, this specifically, I love this because it's starting with a small guard meta. You know, I like it. It's being controlled. I like this a little bit more. Now, one of the real things that I have to talk about here, guys, is you see these 2 Kyrie Irving cards, okay? You want to know what the difference is? From what this is saying, it's nothing, okay? Nothing is different besides the artwork. And why is the artwork different? One is the free pass Kyrie Irving. The other is the half pass, or, you know, whatever pass Kyrie Irving. So guys, listen, for those picking up the Pro Pass or Hall of Fame Pass in season 1, reaching level 40 will earn you a special alternate artwork version of Diamond Kyrie Irving. Along the way to level 40, you'll also pick up a variety of double XP coins, more Ascension picks, as well as the 20k Myteam points, 45k VC, and additional choices from the season 1 Hall of Fame option pack, okay? So guys, listen, remember we had that big talk about the season pass and we didn't want it to get too out of hand. And so far, it is not, guys. For level 40, you're going to get some additional, you know, XP coins, things like that. Great, you're paying. You should be getting a little bit something. But as far as the level 40, you just get some card art. That's way better in my opinion. But it's nothing that's making you actually get that pass. So right now, the way this looks, W for the way that they're putting the season pass. Like I said, I didn't want it to personally become too much of a you need to do this, more of I'm gonna save time, I want to get this, and of course if it gets me ahead because it gives me more options or whatever the case is, great. But it's not like they're giving the free people Kyrie Irving and then the paid people are getting an Opal Magic Johnson. You know, it's not like that. So that's some of the more information. I think that's pretty much a W. Now guys, level 40 is going even further, guys. They're giving us more reason to play beyond that level 40. And guys, this guy right here, this Diamond Brandon Roy, is going to be the first of one of those things. Let's talk about what this actually is, okay? So it does say in my team, level 40 is rarely the end of your season journey. very, very true. So an additional reward will be available to those who dedicate themselves to earning everything in season 1. So collectors, something you want to pay attention to. The free pass level 40 Kyrie is actually only one card in a full collection of player reward cards. The season 1 collection, for those who reach level 40, earn all the Ruby player cards from each mode and collect Ruby player cards in each mode. Another kind of hint there, guys. We're getting Ruby player cards from the modes, okay? So that mode reward Python, again, the pacing, it's knocked down a little bit. So very, very cool. And collect enough seasonal tokens, okay? So more to come on that. Seasonal tokens to add 3 more players to this collection. If you can do it all, you're gonna get the diamond. Season 1 ultimate reward in Brandon Roy. All right, so the mention of the seasonal tokens was basically done because, you know, we have 4,000, 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 tokens with nothing to spend those on. Well, they're broken up into season, guys, so don't be afraid to actually use those tokens this time. Let me talk to you a little bit more about how these tokens work, okay? In season 1, the changes with only a set amount of tokens being available only through direct means like season levels, agendas, and mode rewards. So it shouldn't be any lock-in collection tokens anymore. The token market is said to have Sapphire Franz Wagner, Ruby Daryl Griffith, and Amethyst Tom Gugliotta, which will be available, are required to complete the Brandon Roy requirements, okay? So listen, you got those tokens. It looks like these are the 3 things you're going to be able to spend those tokens on. So listen, use them because they will expire. This next part is just talking about how the little mini game, supposedly how everything was tied to it. So you know, at Clutch Time Online, we had a spin wheel. Triple threat offline, you had the vault. This is saying how they basically are kind of jumbling it, so it's not always gonna, you know, you're not always gonna get the vault once you do a TT offline. Maybe you'll get an ascension pick or things like that. So it's kind of mixing and matching how those things appear. But the biggest thing that is worth noting here, it says that Triple Threat Online has been adjusted to work more like the single player event, which is the ladder, which is amazing. Basically what that is that you're gonna be basically getting, you win these amount of games, this is the reward you get. And you shouldn't be getting those random, you know, ball drops and missing things that you may have wanted. It's a ladder progression, which is perfect because Triple Threat Offline and co-op actually works this way. This next part is just talking about events, okay? So one thing to look forward to in season 1, there will be more events to directly earn player reward cards. With agendas no longer giving the XP, they're going to be used to create seasonal and event agenda groups to challenge and reward those who complete them. Season 1 will offer multiple events with Ruby to Diamond reward cards as the final event cards. There will also be earnable player cards from most released sets, meaning some player cards will be available through packs, the player market, or to earn directly. That's amazing, guys. So just another way that it's making cards a little bit more accessible. If something released in a pack, it may not be just there in a pack. Maybe you can go, you know, complete this agenda and win this many Triple Threat Offline games to get one of those cards that was dropped in the pack. It's just new ways of making cards accessible, guys. It's an amazing thing. I personally, and I'm not being biased here, I really love the sound of that. Making cards more accessible in different ways. That's a big section here, man. Big section, salary cap, and it's saying multiplayer mode. So it's going into kind of breaking down how a lot of this is going to work. First up is the salary cap mode, okay? Now, salary cap is going to be different, all right, guys? It says that it basically combines the best parts of an old salary cap system mixed with the latest unlimited format, okay? Now, each season, salary cap is going to be split into 3 2-week rounds, and each round come with its own leaderboard and salary cap limits and things like that. If you complete each week's salary cap requirement and get that Ruby player card, it looks like you're going to be getting an Amethyst Victor Oladipo, okay? Now, there's going to be fluctuating salary cap limits that apply to cards. I'm not going to talk too much on that. I'm not sure how they're going to attribute, you know, specific salaries to each card, what makes one card increase, what makes this card decrease. But that's going to be a thing. So it's going to kind of keep everything fresh, kind of maybe keep you changing your lineup and really making that competitive salary cap team. Now, the one thing that is interesting is that salary cap plays by the most recent All-Star game rules, okay? So it's gonna be a 2-half game setup, okay? The first half, so that first 6-minute period, you're trying to build the biggest lead. So you're playing, you're getting a biggest lead. Now at halftime, it changes to a fixed score inning. It's saying that 24, rest in peace, Kobe, is added to whatever 24 is added to the leading score at the half. So if the score was 44-40, 24 is going to be added to that 44, and now you're playing a race to the 64 points. Okay, so it's very, very interesting, man. It sounds like a very cool, fun type game mode. It gives a different nuance to that game mode. It sounds really fun. Now the next part is, guys, I am sorry to say that if you liked draft, if you liked limited, those are gone. Okay, believe they just didn't receive enough love. They just weren't as popular as they needed to be. So those two are gone, but a component, kind of what we kind of know about limited, is rolling over to unlimited, but much improved. In limited, you remember having to earn championship rings every single week. Well, that ring feature is returning. It's a little bit different. It is unlimited, okay? And basically rolled into what is like a weekend, I don't want to say a weekend league, more like a weekend type agenda, okay? And basically what that does is that on the weekends, it's going to be a 7-game series, basically. Now, I'm pretty sure this is repeatable. I don't think this is something that you have to like stress too much if you don't do it in the first time, but basically you're trying to get 4 wins in 7 games. If you get that, it looks like you're getting a specific reward for that weekend that builds up to get better rewards as well. So just something a little more competitive, so to say, but still very loose in its restrictions. Is kind of what I would attribute that to, but just something a little bit different. And again, a limited seems like it's going to have its normal foundation, however they plan to set up that, but this is just going to be a separate weekend component to kind of just give those guys a little more of a competitive side to unlimited over the weekend as well. Let's talk about a few quality of life things. Okay, now few things. You ever walked into a 2K game and someone has on, a McDonald's court and a Kool-Aid court? The Kool-Aid court is blue with red lines and it looks all funky. Well, there is supposedly a menu that you can basically go into and you could just turn all that off. So you won't even have to see it if your opponent has it, which is amazing, especially for the guys who like to do it and make the courts with no 3-point line. Triple threat co-op. The much loved mode for 2K23 just got a bit better. Ever been trying to play triple threat co-op but you don't have 2 people to go in? Well, they changed it now. You basically can go into a matchmaking queue by yourself that'll pair you up with 2 other people, and you can actually go in that way. So they definitely made co-op even much better than what it is. Now let's talk about Clutch Time. Rebranded to the House of Clutch. Pretty much the same thing that you all are used to in Clutch Time. It does have a new look. It looks pretty cool, but instead of the 14-second shot clock, you're gonna get the 24-second shot clock. Now for me, I personally like it. I don't like the 14-second shot clock. I know some people like the 14, but in all honesty, it's pretty much everything you know about it, but you do have the 24-second shot clock back. Coaches, guys, everyone just gets Diamond Monty Williams, because why? He just gives +5 to pace and space. That's all we need, right? That's all you need for a coach. Coaches are pretty much different this year. They're more specific. As you can see by this graphic, Chris Finch does say your team forces 2 consecutive turnovers in the first half. That's what triggers your coach boost, and then the effect shows exactly what that does. It also says when that ends. So if the lead changes, your coach boost ends. So coaches now are more specific and more detailed in what they do. So now we're just not looking for +5 to these attributes. Maybe you want your coach to make sure you're always triggering defense at a certain point in the game if you meet the requirements. That's how coaches work now. It does mention, I believe in Amethyst, Kobe Bryant coach that you can get for completing the Mamba moments. And what it does is that he changes everybody's blinders badge to gold, and if there was already gold, they go to Hall of Fame. So again, coaches are a little more specific. Definitely a good upgrade if you ask me, because now coaches can be a lot more specific to what you want them to do. This portion here, guys, it's a lot of stuff, but it basically just boils down to when you get started, your starter kit basically is going to be based on the team. You're going to get a player card for that team, and that card evos all the way up to, I believe it said it was an emerald or something to that case, but you're going to get the jerseys, the arenas, all of that for picking your starter kit from that team. And it does say it goes from a gold to an emerald player after completing those requirements. This here is something talking about shattered prizing. This specific card is I believe a Sapphire Robert Horry, and basically what it is just different pieces. So this is going to be integrated throughout the Myteam cycle, where you know they're gonna make different little agendas, whether you're adding a shoe here, doing this, but once you get all these pieces, you're basically gonna put them together to make a card. So that's all that is really saying. Additional quality of life changes, guys. You can make lineups and things based on mode. So if you only want to make some lineups for specific triple threat offline, specific triple threat online, specific clutch online, offline, you can do that, as you can see here in this graphic. And lineup changes also did receive some quality of life things, where you can basically set those lineups by if you need players from a specific team, if you want your best 3-point shooting team, you know, like I said, if you needed all Celtics players, you can do that. I also mentioned if you're making like a salary cap lineup, you can put in a few pieces that you need and then have the generate autofill the best salary cap for the remainder of your team. So some quality of life things even in the lineup menus. Here, guys, just the edit player lineup screen. Nothing too much to say here. I think it's actually in the main menu. So instead of going through your collection, flipping through each little player, you can just go into a part on your main Myteam menu, edit player. It'll bring up the cards you have and you can kind of just filter through that. So just a little something different, and you can see everything from there, their evos, the shoes, the badges, all their stats, even their evo requirements as well. So it's kind of condensing a few different menus into one. My collector levels, shout out TK, shout out Junkster, shout out B Street, man. Shout out all you collectors out there. 2K did just come straight out and say exactly what it is, man. Your collector level reward is going to be Kobe Bryant. He will also be available during season 6 in April. It is all lined out there, exactly what it is. No more wonder what collector level is, and you know, you don't know what it is and it's August and the game's almost over. Nope. April during season 6, Kobe Bryant. Good luck to the collectors out there in the race. Well, guys, there you have it. There's a ton of changes coming in Myteam now. Me personally, I think things sound very, very, very good, man. Very good. Of course, we have to wait and see how this all plays out, but this is exactly what I think the mode needed. I tweeted out today talking about how, man, this Myteam blog was very, very, very important today, because like I said, a lot of things that the role I did was gravitating people towards Park and Rec, but they delivered, if you ask me, man. Like I said, if you want to read the full blog, go ahead. The link is in the description. Leave a comment. Let me know what you all are feeling about this blog, man. I know it's early, but let's get some really early thoughts and tell me what you like. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification. But until next time, guys, we're out.